Welcome back, everybody. The Quest 2 has done a pretty tremendous job at generating a new wave of VR enthusiasm, and with that comes a renewed interest in simulation games. Microsoft has generously graced us with a free VR update for Microsoft Flight Simulator, and there are also some well-established racing games that are on the market today, as well as a possibility for VR-optimized AAA titles in the future. VR and simulation has been around for a while now, so what makes the Quest 2 so special? Well, it's wireless. Yeah, there have been wireless headsets in the past, like the HTC Vive with the wireless adapter, and now the Cosmo and Cosmo Elite, also with an adapter. There are a few key differences between those products from the last generation and HTC's newest offering, and what we have made available from Oculus. First up is the price. Well, the Quest 2 starts at $299. Just the adapter for the HTC Vive or the Cosmo costs that much by itself. Now you can go ahead and tack on another $900 for the headset. Secondly, the Quest 2 has one of the best resolutions on the market today. And it also throws in a key component in making this video today. It supports Wi-Fi 6. Without the need for special adapters, the Quest 2 is able to take advantage of your home's Wi-Fi infrastructure and achieve some pretty incredible frame rates without the need for a wired connection. So today, we're gonna take this wireless freedom to the next step by grabbing all those tethered components and cutting the cord. Did it look like I actually cut it? I already cut it a couple times, a couple different takes. Let's go with it. Due to the limited availability of dedicated flight simulator chairs in Doha, I had to resort to a chair designed for racing. This one here is the Playseat Evolution Pro, and I got the slider with it as well as gear shift holders for each side. And what I plan on doing is modifying those gear shift holders to handle the hands-on throttle and stick. On the front where the steering wheel will go, I'll be mounting a Logitech multi-function panel, as well as, can't remember the name of the other panel, but those will be on the sides, and a keyboard and mouse on top of that. So let's go ahead and get this thing built. There's actually nothing in here. Okay, so before we get started with the hardware side of it, with assembling the seat and putting all the components on there, we have to take care of some things on the software side of it to make everything work wirelessly. Now what you would normally do is you would take all of your components and plug them into a USB hub. You have keyboard, mouse, rudder pedals, the two Logitech panels, and your throttle and stick. Pretty much fills this up, and that would get connected directly to your PC. Well, because of the wireless nature of this product, we have to find another solution. And we're going to be doing that with the help of a Raspberry Pi. Now this is a Pi 4. You don't necessarily have to have a Pi 4. You can use a Pi 3, or I believe a 2 or a 1. With a dongle. It's not very CPU intensive, the task that we're going to be doing here. It relies mostly on your network connection. And that connection is going to be through Wi-Fi. And with the help of USB over IP, we can connect all of those devices up to my gaming PC, and they will act as if they are plugged directly in. Okay, so the first thing that we're going to do is head to Virtual Here's website. It is virtualhere.com. So once you go to their website, you're going to click over on hardware, and then if you scroll down, it says write the firmware for step 2, and we're going to be using the one that says Pi 4 Model B. Now obviously this changes if you're using a Pi 3 or a Pi 0. Once you click that and download it, you can save it, unzip it, and you should be left with an image. So once you have this image, you can use your imaging software, which is Balena, or however you say that. So we select an image. This is the one that we want. Open it up, select your target. Target is a 64 gigabyte micro SD, and then continue with the flash. It's going to disconnect it. Once it writes it, it's going to reinsert it as the same drive. So this will all clear up. There it goes. And it looks like it's done. Flash complete. Perfect. So what we can do now is we can install that on the Pi and then come back to here, and we'll be able to see it on the client. Now the client is going to be downloaded on your gaming PC, whatever you want those USB devices to be connected to. So for me, it's on my gaming PC here, which is Windows. I will be downloading the Windows version, 64-bit Windows 10, saving it, and then installing it. I actually did this before for testing, so I can show you that it is in this folder here, right here. You open that up and it gives you a pretty simple status of USB hubs, which I do not have it plugged in. It's still right here. So I'll throw that micro SD card in. We're actually going to do some soldering to put a fan and a case on here. And then once we have that connected up, I'll show you guys how it links and what to look for. We're using Raspberry Pi 4, a Noctua 40mm fan. So once we solder up some leads to the fan, we're going to connect the power and ground to pins 2 and 5. So once you get that hooked up, you're going to put it into this nice case, put some feet on there, and you are set. So I'm pretty sure the Pi that I was using it on is not working, so it's going to require a hard reset. So what I've done is I've used the one that I had for the project already made up, plug that one in, and let's see it connect here. Now it's going to show up as already connected. All the devices are going to show up. And there it goes. Okay, so you can see I've got all those devices already showing up and connected, and now open up the simulator, they would appear as if I had connected them directly to the PC. Once the Pi loads that image, it's going to show up here in the USB hubs as Cloud Hub, whatever it is that you downloaded. What you can do at that time is go into Properties and Configure. You can set your password. Default password is Cloud Hub 66. So once you go in there, you can go ahead and change it by finding your network and putting in your network password, changing the admin password to access the device, rebooting it, and then from that point on, it won't be connecting through a local Wi-Fi connection. It'll be connecting through your home Wi-Fi network, which means that you can use this device anywhere. I have selected to auto use everything on this hub, which means that if I plug a new device in, it's automatically going to detect it, use it, and then provide it to my PC here. So now that everything is set up here, I'm gonna go ahead and wire up that buck converter so I can plug in a battery to power the Raspberry Pi and all of these devices. And then I should be able to wirelessly, using the headset, go outside, throw it on the balcony there, and fly outdoors. So what all this configuration and wiring and setup has done for me is allow me to run this entire setup here off of this, a 14.8 volt, 3300 milliamp LiPo battery. Now normally I'd be using this for a drone or some other kind of RC project like that, but today it's going to be flying my airplane. So all you have to do is hop in, which is a little bit harder than it looks. Get everything set up the way that you want it, the controls where you want them. Plug in this battery. Once you're all settled in, all you have to do is flip the switch here, which provides that power. You'll see everything light up. That should be connecting back to my PC in my room, a couple rooms over. Ah, glasses. We'll throw on the headset and go flying. I'm promising you guys there are no wires attached here. We are completely wireless, running at 45 frames per second, flying a Piper Cub around the Burj Khalifa. And we are doing it outdoors. You know, aside from the kids in the park down there, it really does add to the experience. You can feel the air blowing over you as if you had a window open, especially in something like the Cub here. Man, does it really add to the experience. Well, I'm gonna take this, fly over, try to land at Dubai International, and I'll see you guys inside. Okay, so that turned out fantastic. It actually works a lot better than I thought it was going to. Now, if you like this video, go ahead and click that like button. If you want to see more content like this and other projects I have coming up in the future, go ahead and subscribe. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.